My name's Alex Ybarra. I'm Legislative District 13, and that represents most of Grant County, North Yakima County, and Kittitas County. What I'm working on is energy and education. So I'm the ranking member on the Education Committee, and so anything that has to do with K-12 or even pre-K and post-high school, kind of getting to those realms just because we want our kids to succeed and to be great citizens in the United States. And one of the things we need to do is make sure that they have a pathway to positions in this world and get their new jobs. And so we're really working hard to make sure that we give the school districts all of the needs or all of the funding that they need in order to get those kids to be our next lawyers or our next teachers or our next carpenters or our next welders. Whatever those kids want to do, we want to make sure they've got a path. And so that's that. And also on energy, I used to work for Grant County PUD, so I'm an energy guy, energy analyst, and so I'm very familiar with the cap and trade programs that are happening and the pitfalls and some of the good things that happen with those kind of programs. And I'm like a devil's advocate because some of the bills that are passed are energy bills are, we want clean air. Everybody wants clean air. Well, I want world peace too, but how do you get there? And so my job, I think, as a legislator is to make sure that we don't go too fast where we start going to brownout and blackouts. If we start getting rid of natural gas and our coal plants and nuke plants, I want to make sure we get there in a good way without throwing out the baby with the bathwater. I've got such a big district, so I'm all over the place and doing many things. So, but volunteer-wise, I used to be a softball coach for little girls. So I live in a small rural community. So in the spring, none of the girls, and my daughter was 6 years old at the time, and it was like, what are we going to have her do in the spring? And there was nothing. There was no sports, no anything. So I decided, well, I'll just create a softball team. And we already had like a little team, but then at that moment, I got all our friends together and we formed a team, and they were together for 6 years, and then coached another 4 or 5 years after that to keep the other girls, because they liked the program going. And we went from 1 team to 5 teams all in that time span. So very rewarding. It was rewarding for me, so I really enjoyed it. One thing that I know about teachers is that you can have a kid that's so raw with no direction, no training, no nothing, and in 6 weeks you can make them into little ball players that can throw the ball as fast and hit as hard as they can, and they just improve so much in such a small amount of time. And it's so rewarding for me to see them improve so much. And so that's why I really like to volunteer doing softball. So that's one of them. I'm on the Rotary in my hometown. Those are the things I do.